Hello everyone, I'm Kirsty. Welcome to Heart's Humble Homestead. Today I'm going to show you 4 ways of making fertiliser with food waste or weeds. Hope you enjoy. The chicken carcass has been in the slow cooker overnight and I've let it cool. The stock I'm just putting in here because I'm going to can it for the pantry, but it can be frozen. I've just covered the carcass in water and left it without any herbs or anything in because I want the bones unsalted and everything so it doesn't affect the plants we're putting it on. So chicken carcass with as much bits as you can picked off, cover with water, slow cook overnight, or you can do it on the hob. So what I'm doing now is just any other bits of scraps I'm just taking off, which is nice and soup so for the dogs and cat if you've got them. Should come off the bone really easily now because it's been slow cooked all night and the bones crumble like that, but we're going to dry them further. Nearly there now. I've got some scraps of meat and some of the bits that I'm going to give the dog and cats. I could have separated this more, but we've had a roast chicken and chicken teriyaki with it, so I'm happy to give the animals that. Got the bones that are going to go in the dehydrator. Just need to tip the rest of that, and then we've got 2 jars of lovely stock. I've got the dehydrator set to 75 degrees and I'm going to just lay the bones out. I've got it on 10 hours for now, but it might need a little bit more. This can also be done in the bottom of the oven, just when you're cooking other things, so it doesn't use any extra electric or gas. The chicken bones have had around 7 hours now, so I'm going to check on them. Lovely and dry. So what I'm going to do now is just add them to a bowl, get the rolling pin and crush them. Can be done in the blender as well, but they're that easy to crush, so don't bother. Just gives me more washing up to do. After a few minutes crushing, it looks like that. You can keep going, but where I'm putting it, I'm not too worried about the little bits left. just going to pop it in here. This has got carrots and parsnips in. It's best to work it in so it doesn't attract rodents. But what I'm going to do, since these are already started, I'm just going to cover, just put a light sprinkling of compost over the top. Or if you're not ready to use it, it can just be stored in a airtight container and well labelled. This is a raised planter with a lid, so I'm not too worried. So I'm only going to pop a bit on. Then I'm going to water it in and store the rest for another time. The bone meal you only need to apply once a year, either in spring or autumn, fall, because it's a slow release fertiliser. It's good for things like phosphorus, nitrogen and calcium. So it benefits root vegetables and ones that flower, so fruit trees, fruit bushes, things like tomatoes, things like that. To the dehydrator, I'm also going to add banana peel, and some rinsed eggshells. Eggs out of the dehydrator. They don't take long. I'm just going to do what I did with the bone meal. And crush it up. So the eggshells go on about 3 times a year, or if you want to mix it with water, you can do it about once a month. It's also good sprinkled round plants because slugs and snails don't like the sharp shells. The eggshells are full of calcium, so they're really good for things like tomatoes and peppers. Stop the blossoms rotting. And they've got a few other benefits. If you add them to compost, the compost pile can help the acidic level, so it's a more balanced and happier soil. If you do a worm farm, which I'll show you how is at some point, it's really good for the worms as well, so it has many benefits of something that would normally just be thrown in the bin. There we go. Right, now I'm going to make a banana fertiliser. So I've got a ripped up banana. I'm just going to top it up with water. And then I just leave that for a few days and then strain it out. here's one that's been gone for a few days. So I'm just going to pop it in here. And it is that simple. Use once per week on cucumbers and tomatoes. So you use 1 part this fertiliser, 5 parts water. It's high in potassium and phosphorus, so it's good for roots, it's good for roses, squash, peppers and things like that. Or you can also grind it down into a powder. Mine's still in the dehydrator, and you just use it in the same way, but it will last longer. I've been going around the garden picking up weeds. I'm just going to break them up. You can cut them as well. I'm just making a general one. But if you do research, there is certain weeds that are good for certain plants. But I'm just doing a everyday one for everything. Once they're broke up, I'm just going to pour over some rainwater. I'm going to lightly cover them. If you do have a lid, don't click it down because it will produce carbon dioxide that needs to escape. And I'm just going to leave that there for up to 2 weeks. So we'll come back then. I'm not going to open this on here because it absolutely stinks and it will make me bored. But the weed tea fertiliser needs to be used every other week, but it doesn't keep well, so if you just do use some, make some more, and then 2 weeks later it's ready, use some, like that. So use 1 part tea and 10 parts water. It's good for round roots, and it's an all-purpose fertiliser, so you can use it on pretty much any plant, and it will be really good. So when it's done, I'll pop it in there and I'll pop it on a short, but it will make me balk when I'm doing it, so I'm not going to put it in this video. Hope you enjoyed watching, everybody. Thank you. Bye.